Day 42 of 365 days of meditation. Today's practice was about an hour and a half long. I'm still getting over the flu, so it was a little bit later in the day. I put on some headphones and just some kind of relaxing music, just to help drown out any noises in my outside environment. But I have been noticing that they seem to drag me out of my meditation less and less. I'm able to sort of focus on what I'm doing and not be distracted by noises in my environment, which is nice. That is some progress I've noticed. I think I've been sleeping better as a result as well, just in general. Um, Other than that, one thing I've noticed about the meditation, or I've been thinking about, is that every day is just different. There doesn't seem to be a particular sort of linear progression within a meditation practice towards some end goal or anything like that. It's just sit down and let it unfold, let it happen, which is interesting because it sort of keeps it new every day. Even in the past, when I've done like a scripted guided meditation, um, day in, day out, I found that the practice was always sort of different. So, yeah, in that sense, I guess it never gets boring, never gets old. It's always each practice is new, and I guess that's the idea. If you're present, then every moment is new, even if you're just sitting there with your eyes closed. um, yeah, other than that, in the practice itself, really just the last few days, well, actually more than that, it sort of morphed into a focus over the last few weeks, just really focusing on acceptance, accepting, my mental state, accepting my thoughts, accepting my mood, accepting memories that pop up, just anything like that, just sort of allowing it and accepting it as for what it is, rather than labeling it good or bad, just acknowledging that I'm having these thoughts or feeling this way, and being okay with it regardless. And I really think that's a fundamental shift and sort of a game breaker for my own mental health. Is just realizing that labeling emotional states or thoughts good or bad, or experiences good or bad, really just causes me to focus on them more. And then by focusing on them more, I kind of, I start this loop where I have a negative thought or I feel a crappy feeling, and then I focus on it more, and then I kind of get more of the same. So yeah, it's good to be aware of that. I am noticing it more in my day-to-day life, which is great. And yeah, I think that's probably one of my biggest takeaways recently. Other than that, I watched an interesting movie today called, I think it's called Stutz, or maybe Stutz. I think it's Stutz though. It was a Jonah Hill movie, where he interviews his therapist, or his therapist that he's been working with for a while. It was interesting. Good to see that, you know, somebody out there talking about therapy, sort of maybe for those who've never experienced it before, just sort of take down the stigma or the fear or around seeing a therapist. I know for myself there was a lot of stigma around it before I did, and even some fear about what I would uncover, etc. So it's good to see that it's out there on Netflix if somebody's curious about what it might look like. Just two people sitting there talking, almost a friendly type relationship that these gentlemen have built over the years. One of the great, well, there's also a lot of great nuggets in the movie, just in terms of they interview him around his process that he walks a lot of patients through. Well, one of the interesting nuggets was he talks about this sort of, I don't remember how he describes it, but it's this pyramid, and sort of like the bulk of one of the most effective shifts that people can make in their day-to-day life, according to this therapist, is that they can take care of their own sort of personal health, and that those three things consist of exercise, diet, and sleep. And he said that for most people, they will experience an 85% improvement in the quality of their life if they just really take care of those three things. One of the things I've noticed is that with meditating, it allows me to be more mindful in my day to day, and I'm more aware of how I feel when I don't exercise, so it makes me want to do it more because I feel better when I do. It makes me more aware of how eating crappy food makes me feel crappy, and how eating good food makes me feel good. So just that awareness of the present moment and sort of being mindful of how I'm feeling, and how food and exercise, but definitely also sleep, um, plays a massive role in my mood. I would say sleep more than anything, actually. If I'm sleep deprived, I'm a toddler. I really am. If you see, you see how a toddler throws a tantrum when they're tired. I feel like I'm at pretty much that same emotional level when I'm exhausted. So, um, sleep is a sort of pillar of mental health. Um, yeah, that's it for today. I'm gonna go get some sleep now, and hopefully get over this flu very quickly. Um, so that's it. If you are struggling with your own mental health, if you're feeling depressed or anxious, or worrying excessively, or obsessing, or ruminating, or catastrophizing, talk to somebody. Talk to somebody. Talk to somebody. Friends, family, coworkers, colleagues, parents, teachers, um, mental health professionals. If you have access to a good one, and maybe even check out that movie if you're just curious to see what it might be like. Um, yeah, other than that, be good to yourself, and get some sleep. And I'm gonna go do the same. Thanks for watching.